The Last Kids on Earth, Book 3 or Season 3 is here now, 10 episodes. We're going to talk about it. Let's get into it. Let me know in the comments below who is your favorite character. So Jack, June, Quentin, Dirk, they're all back. They're reeling from the events of season 2. They need a power source for their new home, which they're kind of mixing with the monsters now. There's a weird dynamic between the kids and the monsters. Monsters sometimes feel like the humans are beneath them or not quite as smart as them, or magic and science don't mix. And so we have this kind of arc that takes not center stage but just kind of develops as you go along in the episodes, and so their characteristics are developed along with their relationships as they butt heads and their two worlds collide, and we see friendships crack and then friendships reform and grow stronger. And so that's the underlining arc, which I really enjoyed. I think that's kind of what makes this series really good, because you have the main story arc which takes center place, I guess, towards the end of the first episode. They get the realization that they might not be alone. They may be somebody else. There's a radio signal that they hear some voices on. They're like, oh, that brings them hope that they may not be the last humans on Earth. And then, of course, we have the big bad that seems to still not be quite dead. And the form that takes is obviously going to be some sort of monster. If you've seen the trailer, you'll have an idea of what's going to happen. And those three arcs are intertwined really nicely together. Netflix's animation game is really good, really strong. Yeah, some of my favorite series or stories are in animation form on Netflix. We've had one already this week, which I think was met with a lot of praise.
I heard that here and here.
And so now we have the third season from a much loved book series. I hope the fans of the books really love this season. For me, it's been my favorite. I love the introduction film that they did. I love the story arc that they did for season 2. Or book 2, but now we have season 3, and I really feel like it's finding its feet. The comedy is there. It's cringy, tongue-in-cheek, but exactly like it should be. You don't have to kind of suspend your disbelief anymore because you know exactly what you're getting. It's monsters and zombies and magic and science mixed together in a really fun-filled escapism animation series at its best. And so if you go into this thinking at all that it's like serious and this stuff is, you know, in any way real or could happen, you're watching an animation series about zombies and monsters and magic, and that should be your first kind of point. You're like, oh yeah, okay, this is what this is. It's a lot of fun. I think you can watch this with the whole family, from adults to kids. You'll find something to really be engaged with. And I was surprised at how emotionally engaged I got with certain amount of the characters. It's probably because we've had so much backstory already for some of them. Even some of the monster characters that we didn't have much backstory with yet, like Bottle, get some decent storyline. And the story itself also goes a bit bizarre. There's a couple of episodes where we're in somebody's mind, and so it's fully adventure, it's fully escapism, but so much fun. And then towards the latter episodes, we get a realization that they're just starting their story, that there's so much scope for so much more. And so by the end of the third season, you're like, give me more. I do love the development of the characters in this. I think they do get a lot more. I would like to see more from the monster sides, but I feel like the themes in this are established very well. And also what they're trying to show us in their story. So they have these breakups in friendships between the monsters and the kids, and then they come together again. I think that is all strong. The vibrancy of the animation is very evident in here. It's one of the things that always stood out to me. I think we've got Kipo that's quite vibrant, like this series, Keeper and the Beast, the Wonder Beast, and now we have this, which is so vibrant in color. It just kind of really stands out. So some animation series you get a little bit seeped and toned down because they're going for a different theme, a different tone. This time around, you fully are engaged with the fun, but you're fully engaged with the characters as well. You're enjoying this mystery adventure. I think for 2020, this is the sort of animation fun that families should be watching around the TVs together on Friday nights, eating dinner, enjoying a couple of episodes. They're only 24 minutes including credits, so it's about 20 minutes minutes an episode. So I think you can get through this whole series really quickly. The voice work, again, is fantastic. I don't think there's anybody that I don't enjoy. They really bring that kind of fun nuance to each of the characters. They're very well defined. You get how they're feeling when there's monster sounds. You understand what monster you're hearing. The monsters that you get are very interesting, and when they mutate, it's very cool. The animation action sequences, you can see what's going on, which I love. It's not just fast, frenetic cutting the whole way through. Which I really appreciate. I hate that fast frenetic editing, which they've gone so much time into editing or creating these cartoon sequences, and then they cut it or zoom it to make it more fun, and you don't enjoy that. For this, for the most part, you get to see what they're doing. Obviously, there's strategic moments where they're kind of going to zoom in, and you see that punch, and the sound effect elevates that moment of adventure. But as a whole, as a series, I think they've done a really fantastic job. If you've loved the season 1 and season 2, or book 1 and book 2, then you're going to love season 3. Can't wait for more. Giving this an A. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this series. Let me know what you think is going on at the end, because I think there's a revelation there. A couple of revelations there at the end, which is a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with book 4 or season 4. Thanks so much for watching this, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.